Hi guys, this is Aegis and I am going to be talking a little bit about the APL. The APL is the American Pro League. You can check out our website at www.mochtechcorp.net/APL, and the APL is going to be a 1v1 based team league, so you do have to have a team, but you won't be playing any 2v2s as of the first season. We are copying some of the format from CSL, the Collegiate Star League. If you don't know what that is and you are in college, go ahead and check out their website at cstarleague.com. They have a pretty good setup for a tournament, which is why we're going to be copying a lot of the stuff from them. And we do have the capacity for about 64 teams at the APL for Season 1. So we're going to be starting off with a bunch of matches. We're going to be determining the best teams out of groups. And we do have the rules listed on our website, but just in case anyone is still confused about how the APL works, it's basically going to be a lineup submission method. You will submit your lineup ahead of time, as will your opposing team, so that both teams will be able to check out their opponents, see what rank they are, see what map they're playing on, and then be ready for their opponents. So if you know you're playing against a Zerg, you practice against those Zerg players. And of course, since you're practicing against a certain type of race, your substitutions will only be allowed to play the same race. So each week we're going to be playing a best of 5. So we're going to start with 3 1v1s that are on preset maps. And of course, at the end of the third game, one team is going to be down one game, and that team will be allowed to choose the next map for Game 4. So this is a little bit different from a CSL where all the maps were preset by the admins. In this case, you do get some liberty to choose your maps, see which one you like to play on. So you do have to prepare a little bit if you do want to win the match for your team, or allow your team to actually move on to the ace match. The ace match will be played on preset map, but your two teams will be allowed to choose at the last second which players they want to bring out for the ace match. So whoever wins the ace match will then go ahead and win the game. And of course, you have our schedule on our website. Go ahead and check that out again. And of course, the Team League is going to have a grand winner of the Alpha League. We do have 2 leagues set up, as well as a grand winner of the Beta League. And then we will have up and down matches between the 2 leagues. Eventually we will be setting it up so that Beta League is somewhat like Code A of the GSL, and Alpha League will become sort of like Code S. So basically that's the gist of the APL. Just wanted to let you guys know a little bit more about that. And of course, I do have a game that I want to cast. It's a game that I played, so we're gonna attach it to the end of this video. So we're gonna go ahead and cast that game for you guys. I hope it's interesting and fun to watch. It was an interesting 1v1 game. Of course, I am a Diamond League Protoss, and I also play random on the side. I am a Platinum random player. Sometimes it's pretty fun to play random. So we're gonna go ahead and cast this game. And please do subscribe if you do enjoy what you see on this channel. Also go check out our website. We're going to be casting all the games from the APL. We have some really good teams like Energy and VP Gamers. There's Grandmaster players in this tournament as well. And we're going to be having multiple seasons. Hopefully we'll be able to get a sponsor sometime along the way to be able to provide some sort of prize for the winners and not just have a lot of bragging rights. So we're going to go ahead and cast this game now. So here it is. I am going to be the blue Protoss player over here. Going to be on Shakura's Plateau, and my opponent is going to be Rebellion, the red Zerg player. And we're going to be seeing what we can pull out in this game. This is Shakura's Plateau. Of course, I played this game right before the patch. So the patch was the one that increased warp gate research time and a bunch of other things, making Archons massive, but you don't actually see any Archons in this game, so it doesn't actually matter. And in fact, I didn't use warp gates that much. Hint, hint. We're gonna see a pylon go down, of course, on 9. Gonna go ahead and go scout to see what I can do in this game. Rebellion is sitting here making drones. What boringness, right? Why would you make drones? Go ahead and sit back and relax. We've got the probe gonna be making its way out onto the map, and of course, Shakura's Plateau, you can't spawn over here if your opponent is over here. So, again, cross map only, but you can be spawning in this location, unlike the MLG versions. And Rebellion, I remember him going for a 14 hatch. We'll see if my memory is correct. So we're gonna watch him rack up some minerals here. Of course, my probe does scout in the wrong direction, and it also takes a rest because I am a complete noob. And we've got the gateway coming up for me at 13, or was it 14? So I'm gonna be checking it in there right now. And more probes getting chrono boosted right now, and the probe is gonna come in here and see not the expansion, but it does see the drone sitting there waiting for it. Of course I don't notice that, so we're gonna have to go back and check that. And the first drone for Rebellion is going to be scouting in here as well. I do cancel my gateway in favor of grabbing that Nexus. There's the probe heading out there to throw down that Nexus because I did not see a pool. It's very easy to hold this ramp here, so it's very nice to get that really early Nexus up, especially if you can gamble on whether or not your opponent is going to rush you or not. So there's the pool coming up for Rebellion, and he's grabbed the gas as well. A couple more drones getting produced as in the right now, and we'll see what I'm up to in a short while. Probably gonna throw down a forge and a gateway over here. Well, I know I'm gonna throw down a forge and a gateway. Nexus before gate, says Rebellion. I assume he's seen this build before, but in case he hasn't, he probably thinks, yeah, that's badass. So I've got my probe hiding in this corner. Of course, Rebellion does not see it, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw down a pylon and another pylon. Where's the second pylon? Of course, I'm cannon rushing his hatch because there we go. Rebellion should see it now. Yeah, he sees it. He's gonna be pulling some probes, drones off the line. Gonna try to deal with that. He's taking another base. He says faggot, and he's gonna be coming over here trying to figure out how to deal with this. And of course, he doesn't know if I've canceled this or not, and he's gonna be nibbling away over here. The few Zerglings gonna try to nibble away on this side, and I've decided that I'm gonna sneak out of here, maybe throw down another cannon. There's another cannon coming up, and this one cannon over here is going to finish up shortly. It still does have one pylon powering it, and here comes a few Zerglings. I'm gonna start nibbling it from that side. And it does look like the pylon will get unpowered. I am target firing the drones so that I can get a couple of drone kills. There's the drones getting killed off, and a spine crawler coming up. And of course, back here, I'm just gonna make a couple more probes. And if you ever got your hands on this replay, you'll notice that there are times where I forgot to make probes. Very bad to forget to make probes. Rebellion is supply blocked as of the moment. And he did cancel that spine crawler. Good play by Rebellion, gonna make sure that he doesn't spend unnecessary minerals on unnecessary things. There comes a few Zerglings gonna be scooting in here right now, and I'm gonna wall off with that cybernetics core, gonna deny those Zerglings entry into my base. We've got the photon cannon coming up. What our Zerg player can do is go for some sort of a Zergling Nidus Swarm play and see if he can get that inside my base, but of course he's going to be scouting around the outside of my base, going to be seeing what I'm up to, or trying to see what I'm up to, and I'm going to throw up another cannon. I see a lot of Zerglings, don't know if he's going for a Baneling bust, so I'm going to go ahead and get that second cannon. If he was going for a Baneling bust though, he could easily knock the forge down and just run by these two cannons, so it's probably not as safe, but it's still safer than if I only had one cannon. Of course, the Zerglings are going to be securing center control. We've got the Queens coming up for Rebellion right now. It looks like he's not going to be mining much gas at all. He's stopped mining gas and sitting on it. He's sitting on a 200 gas, 300 gas earlier. He does throw down his lair, and I'm going to throw down a pylon over here. Going to give good spotting and maybe some space to hide some tech. We've got the gas up, and of course I get myself a pylon blocked. It's a very characteristic of how I play. We've got the Stalker coming up, and the Zerglings in the center of the map. Overlord's going to be spreading out across the map, going to provide good spread of Overlords to see everything. He's going to be vomiting some larvae, getting more drones right now. 8 drones coming out at a time. He knows that I can't really put that much pressure on him. in the early game because I did go for that very fast Nexus, and we've got a Stargate on the way. And of course, I'm going to be getting out the Warp Gate Research, the best upgrade in the entire game. Second gas comes up, put some guys in gas in the near future. There we go. And our Zerg player over here still spreading those overlords. They fly so slowly. Gonna start pooping out those creep tumors, joining his bases. We've got the queen over here as well. He needs to join those bases to deal with, what is this, the second Stargate. We're gonna be getting out, what is it, Phoenix from these Stargates. It's gonna be Mass Phoenix. We'll see how I'm able to deal with that, or how he's gonna be able to deal with that, and also how I'm going to be able to deal with that. I am actually quite a slow player. Let's just take a look at the APM tab. I am playing at 48, and the 102 is just me spamming from the beginning. I just hit 1 and 3 repetitively, and we get some nice high APM. I'm playing for 36 right now. Can you imagine that this is Diamond League play? Of course, our Zerg player is a heck ton faster. We're going to go back to the production queue so I don't have to look at my slow APM. We've got this Phoenix coming out. The air weapons level 1 getting researched as well. Just going to continue making those probes. We're going to be killing off the Forge as well. And this was actually a huge mistake. That was an integral part of the strategy, whereas this was not. So I should have killed off the gateway. And I'm starting to give it away a little bit, am I? So we've got more cannons coming down, and it looks like the Forge does go down. And I'm gonna come out here and try to do some expanding action. I'm gonna try to throw down cannons later, but I'm gonna be like, where's the Forge? Oh, Forge is gone. So we've got the Phoenix moving out, gonna do some pot shots at that Overlord, gonna pass right by. So Rebellion does know about it, so he's got to respond to this. He's getting the pathogen glands right now. This Overlord is definitely going down. This other Overlord as well. And those Infestors will be able to lock down the Phoenix and be able to kill them off. Especially with the fungal growth doing that much damage in such a short amount of time. So here come the Phoenix into this expansion. He is throwing down the double Evo chambers. There's not that many drones over here, but he did just hatch a ton of Overlords. Let's just take a look over here. Oh, a ton of drones just hatched right into the hands of those Phoenix. Gonna be able to kill those off. Another drone getting picked up, and the Queen as well, gonna be able to move over here and kill him off. Does look like there's a little bit of a Zergling counterattack over here, but that Queen does go down. I've got a bunch of Phoenix in the air. He's trying to throw down some Spore Crawlers here. I'm going to hang out because I don't have enough APM to control those absurdly fast Phoenix. He's got these Overlords hanging out in the middle. If I was actually controlling my Phoenix, I'd be able to take care of that. But not in a million years am I going to be able to do that. There's another Queen going to get taken out. Looks like I'm going to lose a Phoenix to the Spore Crawler. No, it looks like it does get away, so we're gonna fly away with most of the Phoenix intact. And in the meantime, I'm rebuilding that Forge because I realized I need it to secure this expansion, since I don't have any unit producing structures besides these two Stargates. And we're gonna see my money climb to 2,000, 1,000, because I cannot micro and micromanage at the same time, apparently, and we're both hanging around at the very low food count, under 80 food right now, and I'm sitting on a ton of probes, 51 probes to the 32 harvesters of our Zerg player, so he is quite a ways behind right now. The Phoenix are going to be able to secure that map control, flying around all over the place. He's going to be forced to make additional queens, and then he's getting those infestors out. We'll be able to lock down the Phoenix to deny that continued scouting action, and that fleet beacon is almost complete. Void Rays now getting produced, and I am gonna try to grab the second air weapons attack. Phoenix are gonna move in here, see if they can pick anything off. There's those two Queens. I could easily pick them up, but instead I'm gonna decide to fly over here, take some damage with the Phoenix, and the GAC on the Infestors. With the Infestors, gonna be able to stop those Phoenix from flying away, and the Queens are gonna be able to shoot at them from a distance. There's another one. All the Phoenix are gonna be going down right now, and it does look like I've secured my expansion over here, and I'm gonna be throwing up a fourth base as well. And there are the Void Rays getting produced, not quite spending that Chrono Boost on these two Nexi. Almost full Chrono Boost right now. Going to be producing some additional probes. We're going to see the Chrono Boost actually go down when I begin making other units. Of course, we got the Fleet Beacon to be able to make carriers and motherships. We've got my expansion over here coming up. This is quite an uneventful game right now. And Rebellion is going for those infestors, but his drone count is just a tad too low. He needs to take another base and get mining, and he's not getting his Queen Vomits off as often as he should. But he does have a nice big attack headed over here. There's not much going on. It's just a bunch of photon cannons and 2 stalkers, 2 sentries. What can I do to defend this? Oh, wait. Void Rays. So the attack does come in here. Where are my Phoenix? They're going to be joining this battle real soon. That one stalker is doing as much work as he possibly can. He does have 2 kills on him. Going to be focusing down those pylons, trying to pick off everything. The Phoenix coming over here, going to be able to pick up those infestors, deny them the action, and the Void Rays coming in here will be able to clean up all of these roaches. And it looks like Rebellion is not actually paying attention to his infestors. Oh, there goes the Gak on the Void Rays, but doesn't matter. It's just kind of scratching the hulls of the Void Rays. Looks like these 2 investors do get cleaned up, and look at what's still producing. Carriers on the way. We've got the carrier upgrade Graviton Catapult on the way, as well as the air weapons level 2, 56 harvesters to 46 harvesters. He's now switched over to Hydralisks, realizing the danger of the air. Going to be able to hard counter those with the Hydralisk. We've got the Void Rays out in the field, as well as the Phoenix with the climbing energy counts. And I'm going to be producing some probes here. I just need lots and lots and lots of gas. Also going to take this expansion. Of course, his Overlord sees that because I did not pick everything off with my Phoenix. Bad Phoenix control, of course. We've got all the carriers now spawning out, chrono boosting an empty Stargate here. Very characteristic of my play once again. We've got the +2 air weapons now finishing up. The Phoenix are going to be able to come over here and finally pick off that Overlord. Just going to fly by, give it a nice back scratch. 189 HP left on that one. And I've stopped producing probes for some strange reason. Not too sure why. I got a couple of photon cannons throwing up right now. And as of the moment, Rebellion really needs to take another base. He's just producing a bunch of Hydralisks. It looks like he's really afraid of the impending attack. He's going to be morphing that Hive right now, and going to be sending his troops into the center. Still 0-0 on those Hydralisks, so those carriers with +2 will be able to do a lot of damage. Carriers have spawned out, going to get those interceptors made. And chrono boost going down on the carriers once again. I should be getting the +3, but it looks like I have forgotten in all of my base making right now. And it does look like the Hydralisk Force and the Zerglings are going to be advancing across the field. Are those Zerglings without speed? Yes, they are. Rebellion forgot his speed. Oh no. So it looks like those Zerglings will be taking forever. Going to get their exercise today. Looks like they're going to be running up here and going to see a bunch of photon cannons. They're going to try to run up there, but it looks like the photon cannons are going to be able to kill off some of these units while I rally my Void Rays and Phoenixes and my carriers to be able to defend against this. But it does look like they are focusing down my Nexus, and that Nexus is going to go down so quickly. The DPS of those Hydralisks, even without upgrades, is going to be so high. The 2 Phoenix going to be sacrificing themselves immediately to the cause of the Protoss army. We've got the Void Rays and the carriers now making their way in here. We'll be able to clean up this Hydra army very easily. Have to remake those interceptors immediately. Looks like the Zerglings also go down. Rebellion not so happy about that one. Oh, he says. And he's going to be trying to produce some units right now. We've got the mothership popping out somewhere, and I don't remember actually using her, so she just kind of comes out and going to cloak a couple of probes and be really happy. And there it is, the mothership out on the field. I'm going to hang out there for a while, and it looks like I've got my carriers all in the making. Oh, it looks like I do actually move the mothership out. Maybe it was just too slow to participate in the final battle. I just don't even remember seeing her in the final battle. We've got the more carriers popping out right now, and looks like we're advancing forward. Oh, that's because I'm just going to kill them. We've got the mothership now moving out to this expansion, going to give everything a nice cloak, a nice sheen. We've got the Corruptors spawning out. Is it going to be enough? It's going to be a 6 carriers versus 7. No, looks like 9 Corruptors. However, there are Void Rays in this mix as well. A couple of Stalkers on the ground going to be dealing some damage as well. A couple of carriers are falling right now. The Void Rays are going to be able to clean up those Corruptors nice and easy. Another carrier is making its way across the map right now. This expansion is going to be going down. The Void Rays are getting charged right now. The carriers advancing forward, going to be killing off a couple of Overlords. And it looks like I have won this game. Never actually maxed
couple of Hydralisks now spawning down here. Going to be trying to do some damage against those Zealots. The carriers in the air, however, doing tons of damage. +3 is about to finish. And it looks like we've got the Queens going to be trying to do as much damage as they possibly can. GG! Rebellion loses this game, but he did fight valiantly for the Swarm, losing that last Queen, getting forever splattered right there. And these Stalkers here are never going to be able to kill that Queen, so she does survive, is lucky. So this is just one of the games I played, and I also forgot to mention that we're going to be having a show match of the teams from the APL. Going to be playing next week on Thursday. Go ahead and check that out on the Team Liquid thread. There is a link to the Team Liquid thread on our website. Gonna go ahead and check that out. We're going to be picking two of the top teams from the Alpha League to be able to play in this show match. We're going to play a best of 5 in the style that the games will be played during the APL. So go ahead and check that out so that you can see what it's all about. You'll understand exactly what I was talking about earlier at the beginning of this video. And yeah, so this is Aegis signing off.